Hello everybody, RexTempus, Time Traveler here, coming at you with another episode of Planet Coaster. And in today's video, I'm going to be working on this section here. Now with this being the weekend of Labor Day, I have been putting these videos out every Saturday during the summertime. But we have Labor Day coming up, so I thought this would be a perfect time to throw in like a special area over here. And to give you an idea of what it is, I just come into here, type in festive, and look at that. So what I'm going to do is kind of make this a holiday area. By holiday, the only holiday they have is Christmas. I mean, I think there is some Halloween stuff, but I just don't feel like paying for the DLC at the moment. Anyway, yeah, we're going to do some sort of Christmas-related stuff a few months early, but well. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this area where I've had this train station just kind of waiting for a while. And oh, here comes the train. And I'm going to just start by putting in some of the general sort of little things that you would normally find in one of these little areas. So got to find a place for the ATM. Wait, why are there two stalls for the... Oh, there's two ATMs. The drink stall, a festive food stall, a festive themed shop. Right here, a second themed food shop, bathrooms, and a festive first aid station. Oh, and my train broke down here, so I gotta get this guy working on it. And you notice I took the train, I painted it kind of this yellowish color to kind of give it that sort of dead grass look to it. And we'll put some bits of scenery. The only people in this area, and they are leaving. Alright. So I guess what I better do is first start with maybe a ride or two to kind of get them to stay, maybe. Here we go, Mousy Antics. Gotta wait for this to load in. And then just figure out a nice, fun place to put it. And I don't know why mice and sort of Christmas go together, if you will, but, well, they do, and so that's what I'm gonna do. So now all I gotta do is, yeah, I have my entrance and exit already. But I do have to connect the paths, as always with these games. That was simple, and now let's get a nice queue path that looks pretty cool. Let's go on this little ride and see how it goes. Whee! Okay, so it's not going to be the most exciting ride, but family friendly and all that kind of stuff. And go around, going down ever so slightly, and then oh no, here comes the big drop, and then back up, and then kind of like doing an interesting staircase thing that oh, whoa, got a little spinny part there, huh? That's pretty cool. So that's where the fun road comes in. Oh, look at the mouse and the giant cheese and the knight and all that. I don't know if he's a mouse knight or whatever. And there we go. Alright. So we can mark this as open. Alright, let's put in another ride of theirs. But this time it actually will be a ride. Yeah, here we go. Monte Leon. Something about it being named after a mountain. Just sort of makes me think that maybe it would fit in here. And plus, you know, you can see like the sort of area from a different perspective at this point. And we'll just put it right there. And now we'll mark this as open. Alright, so hopefully this will start to attract some people now that I've actually got some stuff here. I mean, it's not a lot at the moment, but, you know, like I said, I mean, you got like all your rides. We can also put in a few other bits of scenery and things like that. Come into here, and you can just do festive again. And look at this, you can put in some artificial snow. And yeah, you can arrange it so that's a kind of a squarish shape. You know, things like this. Like, oh, there's snow. I'm not going to try and do that right now because that would take an insanely long time. But look, I could put around candy, which I probably should do. But you can also do like presents and gingerbread men and all kinds of things. I'm going to start with this little holiday duet. Just one of those animatronic things, I believe. And we'll put it here. And maybe that'll start to attract some people. Oh, holiday picnic table. Definitely got to figure out a place to put that, don't I? Now we're going to do some, actually some brand new rides. So this is going to require doing some custom stuff. Start with a powered truck sleigh ride. And we will put that over here. So that's kind of like what you come to at the end of the path. And this is probably one of those that's, you know, it's not like super exciting, but, you know, maybe we can make it a little bit interesting through the use of the proper scenery. So we'll kind of put our start point here, and then we'll just start adding tracks to it. Obviously, we are going to have to paint this part of the ground as well. I think what I'm going to do with this ride is have like some the Christmas trees and some of the various scenery. So it's more about like looking at some of that stuff than anything else. So again, I mean, it's not going to look too exciting from the outside. Alright, so here we're going to make it look like, oh, now we're in the air on the sleigh. So I guess there will be a little bit of, you know, the traditional like ups and downs of a roller coaster. Make this one a little bit wider as we kind of go around here. And let's see, yeah, we'll just maybe send this kind of up under itself. So again, sort of that little swoopy sort of little thing, and now we'll have it kind of curve out over here so that people on the ride can see the train as it goes by. That should be kind of exciting, hopefully. Alright, and we'll just go ahead and auto-complete this. Yeah, that's good. Like I said, we'll next come in, we will, oh. No, I don't want to test it yet, because what I want to do is, again, I want to put in some scenery. Here we go, some Christmas trees. How large is this large Christmas tree? Yeah, that's pretty good. There actually is some of these blueprint stuff where they're kind of pre-made, and look at that. I can put a few of these little bits around. That'll really sort of help it without me having to do too much work. Let's do a festive snowman here with some gingerbread people. Not too much actually in the middle, because on rides like this, you know, you actually see more that's on the outside than you do in the middle. And we could put some like trees and stuff in the middle and all around it. So now what we need are some trees. Oh. Wow, this one's even better. And let's see, here we go. We can put some non-Christmas trees around. And this will actually not only help with making this look a little bit more... Like what it'll do is it'll give it a little bit of a broken up look. And it'll also help to hide sort of the sci-fi stuff. And we can also just come in and do some actual, just regular trees. We'll just toss in a small Christmas tree, just for the heck of it. Ooh, we got some pre-snowed trees. Might only add to the fact that the rest of the trees aren't snowy, but oh well. I'm gonna put one behind this tree to sort of help it stand out a little bit more. Let's see some snow boulders, so we can possibly put those around to also sort of add to the scenery of the sort of thing. Also, the other thing is you don't want just kind of one line, you want sort of layers to it, so that, you know, it really does look a little bit more like a forest, because a forest isn't just one line of trees. You'll see some trees and then trees behind trees and things like that. Oh no, our entrance and exits are on the wrong side. Whoops, gotta come in, edit the track, and just try to edit the station so that everything happens on the other side. There we go. Simple fix. And there we go. So you come down to this end of the path, and it just naturally goes into there. We'll go ahead and add a little tree, since we've kind of been working with them so much recently. Now I feel like we've got to have a Christmas tree there or something. Alright, so we're getting on the ride and waiting for it to go. Bye. I'm glad that these employees are so happy. Like, oh, you have some nice little holiday music to go with it. And see, there's your tree. Like I said, if you put a few more trees around to really kind of hide things, I think it'll give you that sort of magical, I'm riding through forest. Oh, and some bushes. Some bushes will help hide sort of the bottoms of the tree. And yeah, so And that's part of it. You do something, you see how it works. Obviously I have a bald or blank spot kind of there that I might want to, but I think it does sort of, with the music, the sleigh ride, and the trees and the Christmas everything, I really think it does give it sort of that enchanted, magical forest look to it, which is exactly what I was going for. Believe it or not, I actually didn't even know what I was going for when I started. I think, you know, some people, they start a ride and it's like, you know, I have it all planned out in my head exactly how it's going to go. If you've seen enough of these videos, you know, I don't go in with a plan, I go in with a vague idea and I just kind of work at it. And sometimes you try something, it doesn't work, and you try it again. But okay, yeah, you got the Christmas tree, you got this nice little scene with people. Now, like I said, you would have to turn your head to see these people, so I might actually move them possibly to somewhere on the outside. And I might move the tree a little bit more central, but I mean, you do get, like I said, all these on the outside, you get that nice view. Might tilt that a little bit more because he's getting kind of cut off there a little bit. But yeah, otherwise I think this works, and you do get to see the trees there, the Christmas trees are coming around for that final little bit. Not excessively long, obviously not excessively exciting. Like I said, it's more of that family experience of like, we're on this together. And then you come back to the station where the lady is ever so ready to greet you so nicely. And then we'll open it up, and like I said, hopefully some people start making their way over to here. I mean, every time I log in, there's people at the station like, oh, we're ready to ride. And then it's like, you know, it breaks down, then they leave. Maybe now they'll actually have a reason to stick around. It is kind of tucked back in the corner, but I think because of the, sort of that specific nature of this, that, you know, you kind of need that. Alright, so, for probably the final thing on the video, I'm coming over to this side here, and I'm going to actually add something. I don't know why I made this station like two-sided, if you will. Wait. Oh, I do have some people waiting on the train. You know, there's some rides over here that you can go on, and some drinks, all that kind of stuff. Oh, you just want... Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to here, and I'm going to make myself a ride. Actually, you know what? I'm coming over here, and I'm going to actually make use of this, because what I'm going to do is kind of make a, kind of a Christmas or Santa ride, if you will. So, one thing I want to do is sort of figure out what kind of ride I think will work best with this. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is this sort of suspended steel hydrant. I think that will give me sort of the best look of what I'm going to go for, even though like rides like that probably have loops and things like that. But I'm actually going to kind of be working in an opposite direction because, like I said, normally I would come in and, yeah, I do a ride. This time I'm actually going to go in the opposite direction. I'm going to build like everything you're going to see on the ride. Does this just have a... oh, it does. It just has a tunnel underneath that, you know, people could walk through. I'm going to take... Actually, no, before I do that, I'm going to take this area and I'm going to flatten it out. Basically, the idea is that this is going to be recreating the idea of, like, you're on Santa's sleigh. And so what it's going to do is it's going to come down first. And then you're going to ride among all of these city buildings. As if you were, you know, Santa on his trip to deliver presents. Again, we'll take some of these buildings right here, just various downtown buildings, and we'll just put them up as if, you know, he's driving down the street. Now, I'm not going to worry about streets or any of that kind of stuff. And then we can do lots of like zipping and diving and all that kind of stuff in between. Again, I have no way to build a street, so I mean, there's only so much that this is going to do. Let's see. I definitely want to have like kind of every front of the building sort of facing each other. Maybe I can add some downtown docks here. And then what I'll do is I'll just add like some water or something. So, alright, yeah, so we'll put a water feature over here. Okay, look at that now. It does definitely look like it is near the water. Can I go any higher? No. Downtown skyscraper. I mean, we have to have that, right? This is definitely going to kind of change the look of this area, but I mean, it's in the back corner where we have like not only the sci-fi stuff, but also the yeah, the holiday and all that kind of stuff. I think that helps it to sort of work, if you will. So yeah, we're starting with our suspended steel hydra, which, okay, not the most Christmassy sounding name. Yeah, so like I said, in this case, we're actually going a little bit backwards because of the fact that we are going down first. Now at the moment we're just going to do kind of a slight down, and that is because yeah, I mean, we do have a hill that we're actually working with. And now comes the drop. Add a little curve to get through the building, plus add that sort of little bit of excitement of like, here we go. And possibly curve. Oh, wow. This thing is really going to be tricky to work with. I don't even think it'll reach that high. So what I am going to do is go ahead and start with a test and see where we're at. Okay, and... up. So it does reach that far as long as I then have my power track here. Once it does this, like, it can only go straight up. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and add in some height to it, and this is where being around a skyscraper can really come in handy, because you know, then it's like, oh, we're going around the skyscraper. Currently my obstruction is the edge of the world, so we'll have to sort of think in a different direction, which isn't that big of a deal. What we'll do is we'll just instead go spin it around in the other direction. And we'll go ahead and give it a nice little drop. Gotta be careful about how sharp you make turns, because sometimes these are the kinds of things that really can increase those G-forces, if you will. Let's straighten it up a little bit. Let's take it back down here and around. Alright, yeah, this is more or less what I was actually going for. Up. Up. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. I like that idea. Going up and down a little bit. Maybe we can take it down by the docks a little bit. Alright, so at this point, let's see, maybe how low can we get it? As we start to work our way back to the top. At this point, we gotta start thinking how we're going to get up there. On the plus side, going up like this will help us to kind of lose some of that momentum that we normally might have. And let's see, what happens if I do the autocomplete? You know, let's give that a try. And now let's start the test and see how this works. So, oh, right, guys, switch to my camera. I'll find one that can, here we go. Alright, so we come down here. Unfortunately, yeah, there's a lot of this yellow scaffolding. But you know what I actually can do is maybe if I make it gray or a light brown, it might actually blend in a little bit better. So we come up here, and unfortunately, I know some of the scaffolding just has to stay. But again, maybe it'll just look like the scaffolding of like people working on a building or something. I don't know. But if I definitely make it gray instead of bright yellow, it should hide it a little bit. And what it will do is it will allow the red parts to really kind of stand out, I think. So as always, we have like sort of the we're going up. So, and again, we have these excitement, fear, and nausea things on the side. I mean, so far, nothing's really gotten too high, so I'm hoping it stays this way, because, like I said, I've made so many rides that nobody goes on, and I would like to actually make some that people would want to go on. Alright, so we come up here. I know that there are some rides where, you know, the high hill is, like, not necessarily at the beginning, but a lot of them, you try and do like maybe one thing at the front where, okay, here we go. And woo! Okay, so the excitement has gone up. The fear, it's gotten a little hot. I hope it doesn't go into the bad territory, but yay! What the? Why'd the fear increase there? It's just, oh well. I probably do have it a little too fast, possibly. And okay, so let me see how bad it is. And I guess won't want to ride it. Still, this is kind of the ride I wanted and envisioned, so I guess I'm going to stick with it. What I will do, like I said, so if you come into here, okay, let's do some customizing. The car color, the track color. All right, anything yellow, we're going to make that kind of, like I said. Let's see how dark gray works. Probably actually does work, not too bad. The truth of the matter is, if nobody's going to ride the ride, I don't need that long of a line, do I? Alright, so we'll go ahead and mark this as open anyway, even though, like I said, nobody's even going to go on it. Hate that. Alright, so this has kind of been, like I said, my sort of Christmas holiday town. Definitely want to say thank you for watching this episode of Planet Coaster, and we'll be back next time for more building rides and fun and excitement. Till then, I want to say thanks for watching. Bye! Oh, look, they're having a ball. Yay!